Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and if you're new here, my name is Edward Smith and welcome to my YouTube channel. As you guys can see, today we have a totally different setup, and that's because we are doing an unboxing video today. And the product that we'll be unboxing is the KRK Rokit 8 G4s. So first things first, let's get all the boring things out of the way before we move on to this beautiful studio monitor. And those first things are the cable that comes with your studio monitor, which is a basic plug that comes with most applications in studio equipment. Very basic, very simple. And then we also have our KRK Rokit G4 quick start guide, which is just nice to show you how to set up your studio monitors and how exactly the display system works on the back, and everything you pretty much need to know on how to set up these studio monitors perfectly for your exact home studio setup. Now that we can get these things out of the way, we can talk about this beautiful studio monitor. And in terms of first impressions, I must say, this is a beautiful, solid product. I've picked it up, it is really heavy, and you know when a product is heavy, it's good quality. And in terms of the new look that KRK have gone for, it's really clean and classy. I love the feel of the tweeter, the feel of the cone. It's really just a solid, you can just feel that this is a really good product. And I love the beautiful Rokit 8 imprint that they put at the bottom here. It's just clean and really well thought out. And another thing that I've realized is that KRK have added these isolation pads on the bottom of their studio monitors, which is really smart, because usually when you buy other studio monitors, you have to go and buy isolation pads separately, and it's something you have to look out for, where KRK have just done it for you. They made these studio monitors so that when you get them, you can set them up straight away and be ready to go and not have to worry about other things that you might need in future. So that is really cool. But the thing that really makes these studio monitors exceptional and sets them apart from the rest of the studio monitors in its size range is the display screen at the back. With its real simplicity, everything is working together. You don't have a lot of inputs, where with older studio monitors you have different inputs and different EQs that are all manual and basic. This has a display screen that's awesome. It's LED. It's just 2020 technology, and it's definitely something we are going to have a look at right now. So when switching on the studio monitors, the first thing you see is this beautiful display that says KRK Systems and Rokit 8s, which are the studio monitors. And the first thing we're going to look at is the inputs, which are a balanced dual plug type input that can take both TRS and XLR inputs, whereas older studio monitors like the Yamaha HS8s, they have a split plug that is one XLR and one TRS input, and KRK has just gone for a more modern approach to make it one plug, which makes a lot more sense. Then we have our display, which is just brilliant 2020 technology, and we have this knob that controls volume and pretty much this entire interface. So in its default position, when turning this volume knob, the first thing you'll be changing is the actual volume of the studio monitor. And as you can see, I'm currently decreasing the volume, and by turning it to the right, I'm increasing it. And it's really nice to see a screen like this where you can actually see your volume clearly and the exact amount of decibels you'll be increasing the volume by. And as you can see by the top, it says press the knob to access menu. So by clicking this knob in, you have access to the EQ, the setup of the overall kind of display, and the back button that takes you straight back to the setup that we had earlier. So by clicking this in, we go straight into the EQ, and you can start setting up your studio monitors exactly the way you want it for your specific room. Starting off with the low EQ, its standard default position is to have a flat frequency response, but if you want to play around with it, you can just maybe go for a low shelf at -3 dB and see how the whole low end is taken away, and then move up to the high EQ, fiddle with that, and see exactly what it looks like on an EQ spectrum, the same way you would see it on a plugin, which is really nice. And for me, I just probably keep it flat for now until I really know what I'm doing in terms of the specific room. But other than that, it's really cool, and definitely 2020 type technology for a home studio setup, where other studio monitors like the Yamaha HS8s are just very basic with small little knobs and switches that aren't really as in-depth and as cool as these KRK Rokit 8s. And if you go back, you have your setup where you can adjust your backlight, you can adjust your contrast, you can adjust standby, whether this stays on while your studio monitors are on for a long period of time, or if you want to put the logo off on the front of your studio monitors. So you can adjust all of that and go all the way back to your main screen, where you'll just have your studio monitor EQ that you have set up earlier and the volume that will be controlled by turning this knob. So overall, in terms of the features that these studio monitors have and the display screen, I must say that everything that KRK have done here is really well thought out and just a really good product. And I'm so glad that they're bringing in 2020 technology into these studio monitors. And you would expect that KRK would do this because they're usually the studio monitor company that's right on top of everything. But before we end this video, let's disconnect my Yamaha HS8, set these up in my home studio and have a listen to what they sound like. So that's the end of this video of the KRK Rokit 8 G4 Studio Monitor review. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, subscribe down below. And just a reminder, I have released my own merch called Limits, which stands for Leave Me in the Studio. And if you guys want to check that out, the link is down below. But other than that, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you for another video next time.